There are few ingredients I use as frequently as garlic, and if you've seen my chicken scarpiello video, you know I love roasted garlic. I could eat it whole, smear it on bread, or just keep it in my car as an air freshener I could also take nibbles of. In making these videos and posting them online, I've come across a fellow video creator and cook who feels the same way, Kira from the awesome channel Kira Cooks. Kira is a super talented and hilarious UK-based chef who was classically trained in fine restaurants and even got to work with Gordon Ramsay. And if you were wondering what he is like in person,
what is Gordon Ramsay like as a person? She's like a regular, schmegular person.
today Kira and I have teamed up to bring you 4 ways to incorporate roasted garlic into recipes so you aren't just eating it on its own like we usually do. We're each showing recipes for a dish and a dip, so please do me a favor and check out Kira's roasted garlic recipe video. It's live right now, and I have the link in the description below. She uploads 2 videos a week on her channel, so please go give her some love. Anyway, let's roast some garlic. First step is to chop the top off this sucker so that every little clove in there has its top exposed. From there, you can pour on some olive oil, salt, pepper, and fresh rosemary. I am roasting in this little cast iron garlic thing because I am a particular nerd that is sketched out by aluminum foil, but you can also just wrap the bulb in parchment paper and then aluminum foil, and that works just as well. I put that in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes until it looks like this, and yeah, that's perfect and I love it. Now, time to make our first dish, actually a dip. We're going to make a homemade garlic aioli, aka fancy mayo. Now to do this is actually pretty simple. We take 1 egg, put it in a food processor or blender, and then let that run for 10 to 20 seconds. After it's good and whippy, add in 1 spoon of mustard, 1 spoon of vinegar. I used red wine, but you could use white or rice wine vinegar or even lemon and have great results with those as well. Then add salt and pepper and blend until those ingredients are mixed together. And now it's time to begin our emulsification process, which makes the consistency of mayo that you're used to. This just means pouring in a half a cup of oil bit by bit by bit by bit, a few drops at a time as the food processor's going. I used a combination of grapeseed and olive oil because I wanted a clean taste and a more rich yellow color. And this is sped up right now, but this took me probably about 5 to 10 minutes of just pouring in this oil bit by bit. It's a patient process, but the results are worth it. When you start to see your aioli thicken to your desired consistency, you can turn off the food processor and add in your roasted garlic. I also added some fresh rosemary because I love it, but you can adapt this recipe to your preference. Blend it once and you're good to go. Here's a little taste test, and yeah, this aioli is awesome. I liked it so much that I made fresh cut french fries and had myself a little dip party during filming. It's great as it is, but next time I'll be adding a whole nother bulb of garlic into it because I enjoyed the roasty toasty flavor that much. Alright, enough dipping. Fine, one more. Alright, one more? Okay, just one more then. Anyway, time for our next recipe. When I think of roasted garlic, I think of seafood. So I decided to make a dish I've wanted to try my hand on for a long time, Clams Oreganata. I got some help from the super knowledgeable Ron Tolata with this recipe. So Ron, if you're watching this, thank you for all your help and your expertise. I appreciate you, man. The first step to this recipe is soaking your clams for 20 minutes in unsalted water to release any grit. While this is going on, we can make our breadcrumb filling. I start by adding a half a stick of butter, but you can just add a whole thing because I end up doing that later anyway. To that, I add 2 cloves of fresh garlic, 1 small shallot, some chopped parsley, and because it's Clams Oreganata, a whole bunch of fresh oregano. Stir that all together and add in a glug of fresh wine because we like to have fun here, and let that reduce. If you don't like eating your wine, you can replace this with some chicken broth, or just add the chicken broth too, and you'll still get great flavor and moisture. While the wine is reducing, it's time to introduce our roasty toasty garlic to the party. I pop all the cloves out of the bulb onto my cutting board and smear it into a paste using the sharp end of my knife. Then I scrape it up, add it to the mixture, and give it a good stir to try and incorporate. Once that's done, we add our breadcrumbs, about 1.5 cups, and give another good stir. After that, we need to focus on opening the clams. If you didn't have your local fishmonger shuck these shucking things upon buying them, you can just put them in a baking sheet like this and pop them into a 350-degree oven until they begin to open. You don't want them cooked, just slightly open, and then you can pry the rest with a knife. Once you have them all open, you can remove the unused half and cut them from the bottom of the shell with a paring knife for an easier eating experience. Now you just painstakingly pack in your tasty filling to each clam and watch the breadcrumbs hit the parchment and try to prevent your culinary OCD from kicking in, and top with Parmesan cheese, then some more oregano. Bake them on 350 degrees for 3 to 5 minutes, and then finish with the broiler until they look like this. Boom. Delicious Clams Oreganata. These were really good, but as always I ask, what could make them better? Well, I would use dried oregano as well because it brings a certain spice profile that the fresh does not. Also put a little bit of chicken broth in the breadcrumbs, as I mentioned, for that added moisture and flavor. All in all, though, I'm super happy with these roasted garlic dishes, and my family was as well. I know yours will be too. If you love roasted garlic, do yourself a favor and check out Kira's recipes and subscribe to her channel. She is awesome, and so is her food. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, comment down below how you use your roasted garlic. I'd love to hear. I'm always looking for more ideas. And yeah, I'm always looking for more things to cook. So until next time, take care of yourself and keep living an awesome life.